Hi there! Quick video to showcase the new feature available with the Voxta 1.26 update, mainly about long-term memory. Before this update, when chatting with the character could remember everything from the ongoing chat. However, as soon as you left the chat or started a new one, the character would forget everything. To reference previous conversations, you had to resume the chat via the Chats section. Another way to achieve the same result would have been to use memory books created manually. Memory books are memories triggered by keywords. For instance, if you have a memory book about Voxta with the word Voxta as a trigger, as soon as you, the user, or a character mentions Voxta in chat, the memory book gets triggered and loaded for the character to reference. With the new updates, we get long-term memory function that can now reference past chats. Memory books are still used, but contrary to before, they now get populated automatically along your chat sessions. This feature is optional. You can toggle it on or off in the character card for any specific character. Okay, now let's check out how to install this new feature. On an empty Voxta install, you would usually start with the wizard to set everything up. Or, if you are used to Voxta, you'd skip the wizard and go straight to Manage Services to install your favorite services directly. Here, as you can see, I've already installed my online services. To access the new long-term memory function, you'll want to install a new service. So head out to Manage Services, Add Services, scroll down to the bottom of the page and add Chroma. Leave the settings on default, save and install. After installation, you'll see a green Installation Complete message. Save your settings, return to the previous page, and you'll now see Chroma as an installed service. This service does not use your Voxta Cloud credits or requires any paid subscription since it is a local one. Quick tip, if you didn't know it already, in the Manage Services panel, all installed services are displayed. However, if a service is visible here, it doesn't mean it's activated and used in chat. To ensure that Chroma is used by Voxta, go to the cogwheel in the top right-hand corner of the interface. Under Memory, switch from Voxta Utilities to Chroma. Now that the service is installed and activated, go back to your characters and choose which characters you are going to activate this feature for. Edit the character card, go to the Memory tab and enable long-term memory. Under the Memory tab, you will notice fields for private memory and predefined knowledge memory book. On the first time you enable that function, there is no private memory book, but it will automatically be created once you are having your first chat with that character. The predefined knowledge memory book field is available if you want to reference a memory book that is not tied by default to your character. The private memory book will not be visible under the memory book tab. Now that everything is set up, let's start a chat and see how that works. For the sake of not making this video too long, I'm cheating a little. Don't tell the Voxta team I'm using the summarize all command here. It's like using a nuclear bomb to hammer down a nail. I will get back to this at the end of the video. Now, if I go back to my character card under the memory tab, if I access my private memory for this character, as you can see, I now have an entry. Entries can be edited to change the keywords, weights and text for each of them. Now that I have an entry here, the next time I'll start a chat with that character, it will remember that information. To go a little deeper in the new functions available with this update, you can now retrieve information from text and add it to a memory book using the Extract Information from Document. I am not super familiar with all the options yet, but you can import raw text here and then extract data from the text to populate a memory book with it. In this example, I'm using a description for Voxta. If you are happy with the result, you can then add that information to a character's private memory book or add that to a classic memory book that can be referenced in a scenario or with predefined knowledge memory book in a character card. The merge duplicates, as the name indicates, will allow you to merge repetitions of information to have a shorter and cleaner version of your memory book. Now we are done with the use case for long-term memory. I'll finish by explaining how the different components of Voxta work together. When interacting with the character, if the chat has been going on for a while, there will be a lot of text displayed on screen. Between that and the character card of your character or characters, and with the information from a scenario if you are using one, the quantity of text that need to be processed each time you are making Voxta generate a new answer is going to be very big. Since Voxta's Brain, the text generation service, also called Large Language Model or LLM for short, has a hard limit on how much text it can process at once, the summarization service comes into play. The summarization service will take all the available information and make a summary for it, allowing the LLM to work on a shorter sample. That function was here before we had the update 126, but now that we have the memory service with long-term memory available, we are going to make those two work together. Each time the summarization gets triggered, and it happens at regular intervals, the memory is going to retrieve the summarized information and store it in the character's private memory book. And now you know everything about this cool new feature and can have your characters remember previous interactions. See you around for the next video and take care!